Hello, Leo. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using The Art of Love Tarot by Denise Jarvie, artwork by Tony Carmine Salerno. Website on the back here is blueangelonline.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you want to, of course. Supportive Oracle cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website in the back of this one is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A is an apple, U is an umbrella. Of course, feel free to freeze frame on that if you want that. If you want it. If you don't want it, you don't want it. Okay. There's cards pushing out in the deck. Why is that happening? It's like cards pushing out. Why? I think they're trying to give you a heads up. I'm trying to give you a heads up about random decisions. Whatever this is, something came in very fast when it came in. So it's kind of like the first clue on whatever this is. It came in very, very fast when it did come in. You were in complete control whether it was going to be in your life or not. But that was when it came in. This might be a situation where it's been around for a few years. It started really fast. Everything happened really fast. And now it feels like things are going into a different era. Page of Swords, Page of Cups. Communication about what somebody else wants. Somebody has been evaluating the history of your connection with them. And it's very odd because I feel like I chose for it to be here, but I don't feel like I have control whether it stays. I feel like somebody else has the reins of this situation right now, and I don't know if this is going to stay or not. I don't want to ruin the reading for you, but I feel like what's going to happen is this person. Well, we'll go a little further. I feel like whoever this is, they're going to kind of drag their feet on it, but I feel like they've already made up their mind. They're just slowly letting you know what's going to happen. I'm worried about somebody trying to appease you and saying what they think you want to hear. The thing is, you want the truth. You don't want somebody to say they're going to stick around and not mean it. Because I feel like you got this passive role going on here. And I feel like somebody's trying to work it out to get what they want out of the situation. And they've already made up their mind that they're going to go. There could be a brutal ending with this if we're not careful. Have they made up their mind completely yet? Maybe they haven't come to terms with it yet, but I do see that somebody is getting ready to go. They got the Death card, and they've got the Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts isn't a good or bad card, but it can be a very secretive card. I feel like this is easier for you if you just know where it's going. Because I don't think you want this to go. Yeah. It's stressful. Is that the Devil card? Yep, the Devil card, and then the Ten of Wands, half in, half out. It might keep going for a little while longer, but I feel like when it drags out, that makes it more uncomfortable for you. You're gonna see you're gonna see it changing. You're gonna see how it feels. It's gonna keep feeling different. It's gonna feel like it doesn't fit right. It's gonna feel like it's just not linking up like it should. This makes me really uncomfortable in the sense of, it reminds me of when you know if something's wrong and you say to somebody, is something wrong here? Is something different? And they're like, no, you're imagining it. And you're like, but it feels like something's different. They're like, no, you're imagining it. And then you're like, you go to the third time, do you think, and then they're gone. And you're like, yeah, I knew something was different. I feel like your gut is telling you that something is different, something is changing here. It's in the process of changing. The situation is in the process of changing. Whoever this is, whatever this change may be, they're fully intent on keeping you in their life, but in a different aspect. So for example, if this was a romance, they might want to end the romance but keep you as a friend. Doesn't mean you want that, but this is where they're staying. If this is like, for some of you, this might be a different type of work connection, or maybe this is a different type of family connection, that maybe you're quite close to this person right now. They don't want to be that close, but they still want to be on good terms with you. They're making a change or making a choice. They might be moving. Something is going on here. They haven't completely come to terms with it, but there is a change coming forward. There's a painful energy with this too, a reluctance of acceptance. And I feel like that's something along with the person you're dealing with. This card like makes me feel like they're not accepting the inevitable. So they might be fighting the change too, ironically, which doesn't make this any easier for you, but I feel like the writing is on the wall. You see where this is going. I feel like if you're looking at the history of the situation, there's been stuff like this leading up to it the whole time. Because when their opportunity comes, they're going to take it. This is actually for somebody else. This opportunity is for somebody else. And they're going towards what they really want. I'm also getting this is what they're meant to do. This is meant for them. This is where their life is supposed to take them. It just seems to be where it's going. I feel like the longer it drags out, the worse it is. Ironically, if we can just settle it now... Am I wrong? Like, if we just kind of deal with it now... We unstick the situation. I don't feel like it's as bad. It doesn't have to be the worst situation. You got the Six of Swords on the dice. You also have it over here on the deck. Dealing with it, taking the mystery out of it, it makes it the change easier. It makes it easier to deal with it. If we just kind of let it keep going the way it's been going, it's going to lead to the Ten of Swords, which is very uncomfortable, very painful. I feel like I'm going to be very upset. I feel like this person is going to shock you, and when Leo gets shocked in an unpleasant way, Leo's not shy. You will let them know that you're not happy with that. That's going to create more complications. You have every right to feel the way you feel, and, you know, somebody shocking you, you're going to have a natural reaction, but it could make it more complicated for you in the long run. It could end up in this Ten of Swords moment. If we kind of try to deal with it more, kind of like, I feel like if we just kind of like call it out for what it is, I feel like you kind of know what this is. You're not really a fan of it. I feel like it's uncomfortable. I feel like you want this to stay, so you're trying to be careful with it. I think you're trying to be careful with it. But it's kind of like if we step into this a little bit more in true Leo fashion and just like, let's just deal with it. Let's just talk it out. Let's just do it. For some reason, I feel like you're holding back. I do feel like you're holding back. You could step forward and just deal with it and just talk about it. But it's kind of like, yeah, but that could end up creating an ending that I don't want. I don't want to ensure this to happen. I don't want this to end if it doesn't have to. I feel like that's what this is. I don't want this to end if it doesn't have to, but if I step forward with my normal energy, it's more than likely going to end. I feel like it's going to end up there anyway. And it's kind of like, you already know what's going on. If this reading is hitting, you already know something doesn't feel right. And if we just kind of go forward with it with your normal energy, with your true Leo self, it'll go forward a lot quicker, but it'll be a lot easier for everybody. I feel like it's just kind of honoring who you are. If this reading is hitting, I do feel that Leo energy is kind of being like muted back, which I'm kind of shocked. But if you have good reasons for that, you will do what you need to do for your good reasons. But they're saying you're just kind of delaying the inevitable. You are who you are is a gift. Being your true authentic self and just putting that energy out there will make it end quicker, is what it looks like, because I do get like an ending here, and I'm not seeing that you want that ending, but I'm getting like if we drag it out, it just makes it worse. It just makes it worse. Handling it, being your true authentic self, bringing that gift of the Leo into the situation is what this is calling for. and we can move forward to the next phase. The situation is ending either way. I do feel like if it goes in with your normal Leo energy, there's a possibility to stay on positive terms in the long run. For some reason, if it goes the way it's been going and you keep muting yourself back, it doesn't seem like that's possible. It almost feels like there's a pressure cooker here, and it's just like so much builds up and it explodes that there's too much damage to really repair it. So if it's like letting the steam out when it's showing up, makes it a lot more easy to deal with, and I feel like we can keep the connection that we would prefer to have here in the long run. Alright, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.